the lesson you just give as a map. So you draw it up. You know what I mean? It helps, it assists, but the knowledge itself. Because a lot of us, you know, there was a lot that couldn't have to get a mouth to ear. This whole school, in fact, was our focus and attention on nothing but education here. That's what he gave it for.
Right.
You know, a lot of come. I mean, since we talking Black History Month, all right? Yeah, let's go there. Cause we was going somewhere else before
right.
you came in. But let's go here though. I always do this too. When I bring up help me out, Devon. What year did the father come around to give us the knowledge? What year was it?
1964.
Okay. Yeah, I might do something different up here. If you recall, what also happened during the time that he came? That was the mean time that he came. And don't jump out the window.
Okay, thank
I know you get ready to go. Yeah.
So y'all want to break the leg.
There was two. All right, I'm helping y'all. There were two laws that were passed.
Okay. Was there wait, I'm
Okay, one okay, no problem, God.
Yeah.
One was the Voting Rights Act, 1965, and then the Civil Rights Act.
okay, I got you.
Right. This was during the time he came to do the knowledge, which means that prior to these laws being enacted, right, you couldn't even vote. Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't, right. So, and then he came, and then he was turbulent, so, you know, like all over. There was a lot of unrest. You know, the youth, like the Panthers and all these other organizations, black conscious organizations, peace to them, man, they were, okay, yeah, and rightly so. They're about, listen, man, look, man, I'm not singing We Are the World, Kumbaya. Like, you put your hands on the vibe, man, we taking three of y'all out. That's how that's going down. Like, we're done with you sicking the dog on us. We're not doing that. I get that. I get King. When I hear the Slight King and what he did. Yeah, these are my brothers. That's Infomega on YouTube. That's Law Infinite. Right? It's the correct way. You know, so you should, yeah, so they, you know, then I do by my phone and because we do it virtually as well. You know, some people may not be able to do like you did. You travel great distances. I bring that up because, again, historically, when he came, so now he's teaching that the black man's God. So that's a hard sign to drop on somebody. And I'm unequivocally, there's no you God with this, or you small G, but you the black man, no, listen, you the Lord thy God.
Big G, little G?
Yeah, there ain't none of that. You the big one. No, you the big one. And why you the big one? Because history will best serve that you the natural landlord. I mean, God actually was kind of going through that when you historically go back in time. Because what Allah does is connect what was taught. He just teaches it from his version. You know, I'm not giving you the Ankh and speaking in the Kemetic language.
Forked tongue.
The what?
No, I just said a forked tongue.
No, that's something different.
Yeah,
Forked tongue is the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's what they, but what the brown man called the white man when he came there with lying.
Yeah.
You say one thing and then you're doing another, like a snake.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So, what happens is, so the father teaches us, man, don't go to school. You know, don't get caught up in the law, although when he got caught up, this wasn't like deliberate. Like I'm out there throwing bricks, you know, or he's disturbing the peace and endangering the welfare of the miners, and you know, and then when he goes there and tells them who he actually is.
He was set up, right?
Yeah, they said, okay, bet. You know, let's just try to get him off the street. Because he did for a little bit. You didn't get to take the truth off the street, you just took him off. Because he already empowered the 5% already. Right? Not during the 60s. The year 1 and the year 2.
He thought he was a leader.
And he is. Yeah, absolutely was. Yeah. But the difference now is he empowered us with leadership.
Right, there you go.
All right, look how best know it, Divine. You may be everything is real. You're gonna lead. You're the one that I'm teaching a class. No, that doesn't mean because I'm teaching a class I know everything. Because this is dialogue, not monologue. Right. Although I'm the only one running my mouth now for a second, because you know, just always want to jump in and You know, hey, come over here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but and that, it's anybody else for that matter. So we all of us are empowered. So, and then the primary focus was education and is education. So some people actually call the father, man, like, damn, man, you real soft, for lack of a better word. You know, you're not. Now the father was nice because this is a man who had medals of valor.
Yeah, you
Combat. I'm talking about real. I ain't talking about no street corner. Like I'm in combat with you. Yeah, I'm bullets going 100 miles an hour at you.
What war was he in, God?
That was Korean.
Yeah,
Korean, right? Yeah. You know, came out of that in time, saved his platoon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. This wasn't no. This wasn't. You can sit up front here, bro.
No
Yeah.
softy.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well. Yeah. No. Well, not so much softy. You know. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay. For lack of a better term. Yeah. But when you know what you're able to do mentally and physically, man, you're humble. Right. When you know what it is that you can, the type of damage you can bring. But you know that's not. You know the language. Our language is peace. So.
And he was teaching at FOI, the Food Islam. He was teaching them to.
Well, he was in there. He was in that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah. Because he was. Yeah.
He was in combat. So he
Yeah.
military.
Yeah, and then of course he empowered, you know, the guards with that. But one thing he was adamant about, right? Since this was before you came in, the guard was talking about something. I'm glad they did. No religion. We ain't doing religion. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that. No disrespect. Because when you greet the ignorant, you greet them in peace. So we're not here to disrespect, to disparage the Christians or the Muslims or anybody. But we gonna teach the truth here. You know what I mean? You know, and history, you ain't gotta be, in fact, we got historians who best manifest who we are. This ain't no 1964 science. Black men always been God. Sit up front here, brother. You got this, your seat right here, says Sun God. Sun God taking over too. Sun God taking over, y'all. Yeah, Sun God got the classes. He on YouTube killing them. I meant to tell you, come here, man. Come here, I love you, man. I'm proud of you. Have a seat. Yeah, I be seeing you on there. You and Imp. I like that doing when you and Imp was breaking bread. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That you know that's historic. I'll get back to that in a minute. Remember, because that's how the house parliament started. Right. You know, before they was we go to each other's houses. Or they was going to each other's house. He's claimed, but I remember him. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, yeah. But yeah, so but yes, so, and that's how we still do. But so we so Allah, again, you know, I reiterate this a lot because that's important. And again, also, it's Black History Month. Who was that started by, big brother? Black History Month.
Carter G. Wilson.
My man, again, are you serious?
Peace.
Hey,
9/11 World Trade Survivor, my petition.
God. We don't do that.
Peace, Lord.
We just stick right
When
to
you
the.
said that, God, peace, God.
Yeah, you go. You answer the question.
Knowledge, knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge, knowledge is wisdom, and I was just telling you what I was just thinking, what I was thinking.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Carter G. And who was Carter G. Wilson?
Carter G. Wilson. I think when I read him, and I just seen him again. Carter G. Wilson. I remember doing a history test on him.
Okay.
And I was up and I passed American history.
Okay, so if you pass, give me the answer, dude.
Well, it doesn't come to memory right now.
Okay, so he started Negro History Week.
Right.
And then it became later Black History Month.
Right.
He's also the author of the book.
Was it not Black History Week first?
Yeah, I just said that. Where
you
you
said
at?
Negro.
Yeah, okay, yeah, well, Black History, but you know, they use that was the word, terminology. So he's Miseducation of the Negro.
Yes.
Excellent book.
Yes.
Excellent book. He wrote like one of the books, like when you first get the knowledge itself, one of the books, definitely, first book I would definitely Message to the Black Man. I definitely get that. By Elijah Muhammad.
That's a Bible, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I would call it that. I'm sorry, is that something on your finger? You pointing out. We're going to paint the ceiling soon. No, yeah, no,
No, I recorded. I remember the first day that I came to your class. That after that class,
Yes, you did.
Mel Supreme, that we was walking to the train station.
Yeah, yes, uh-huh.
Gone from Medina.
Yeah.
That I said, that I bought that book that you said.
Yeah, Mr.
And
Black.
I said,
Yeah,
you said that. You said that's a good book right there, God. Get that one.
It's what Mel told you.
Yeah, you
Oh,
told me.
yeah, no question. Yes, absolutely. Because he goes in. He goes in. In fact, speaking of which, he says, what satisfaction does a spiritual God get out of making material universe and material beings? We're supposed to be likeness of his image. I was like, wow, he went into that. You know, they went into what mystery, something is beyond human comprehension. And we don't see means to understand, so it's outside the realm of that is illusion. You know what I mean? You know, so you know, then the law, I always said the Nation of Islam was the vehicle that came to express the culture of our God. Because the law was in the mosque. You know, then he leaves, he comes into independent realization of who he is while there.
A declaration of independence.
Right, there you go, and then he comes out, you know, and then he, you know, makes the knowledge born to us, which is where we were earlier. So, I'm sorry, to see, when was the father born?
1960.
Born, God, born. When was he born?
Yeah.
The father.
I don't even want to say the wrong.
Okay, you know, when was he born? When was he born, Divine?
1928, February 22nd.
19 what?
28.
1928. Okay, what month and year?
February.
What month? What day?
February 22nd.
22nd. Okay, yes, yeah. February 22nd, 1928.
28.
Right. Where was he born?
Danbury, Virginia.
Okay. 834 Valley Street. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, absolutely, that's important. You know what I mean? Because those are the demographics of him that's important as well. Just like it's important that he gave me the knowledge. Where's he from? You know what I mean? You know, like where was he born? So, but now he's born in February, right?
Black History Month.
Yeah. What's the 22nd alphabet?
Victor.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That was good. You said that to see it?
Victor.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This piece. That's right. I mean, that means to gain achievement. So we know that that happened when he was born, right?
Yeah.
You know, and that's our motto, to be victorious, but be victorious through an education that will enable us to be self-sufficient as a people. That's one of our mottos.
Very essential.
You know, now, again, like, I mean, the God was building, you know, again, this is not church or nothing, but we go through true and living circumstances. I'll be the first to tell you that. In fact, law went through it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But when law said don't go to jail, it wasn't like he was out there throwing bricks. They just took him because that was the plot. That was the, you know, get info off the block.
Yeah,
He's doing too much of YouTube, knock him off.
get him out of here.
You know, so they see him among the people, and then he's disturbing the peace. He's endangering the welfare of. But while there, you know, he said, my name is Allah Infinite. You know, Allah. What do you mean by Allah? I'm the God. And even though 1964, and there are people who, some people know who God is. You'd be surprised. Even some devils, they're unaware. So when I tell you that I'm God, that's like, this dude's crazy. And they literally thought that. Until proven otherwise. I actually met the doctor that was there with the father. Sweeney, yeah, Sweeney. I met him. Yeah. But that's cross that bridge. But
so while he was in there, he actually manifested himself. And he got himself an office, got himself a phone,
That's where he showed and proved.
He showed and proved himself.
yeah, no, because they seen the quality. Well, I'm in the mental health field, behavioral health field, right? Substance use and mental health. So, you know, it's not uncommon. You know, like in fact, ironically, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to stray. Yesterday, in a training, we were talking about trauma informed, like how trauma impacts you. You know what I mean? We all impacted by trauma. And sometimes, some people more so than others, because trauma, when it affects the brain, the neurons, which means how messages are given to the body, is given differently from how it is from you. Like I don't even walk. I walk and look at you differently now through these lenses because of what trauma did to me. You know what I mean? But somehow or another, we touched base with what the providers needed to do for the client. So I said, well, it just jumped in my head. I said, yeah, but we need to. Well, the lady said it first. You got to take care of you before you can take care of them. I said, well, that's self-savior. That's right. Right, because I can't do nothing for nobody. If you know.
I'm not right.
Right, if you're not right, you're the savior. How you going to help this person and you're not right? You telling me I have to eat pork and you eating swine. Hey, come on, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Yeah, we're not teaching that. But the knowledge of self, see, eternally, and that goes back to our earlier build, right? Like, let me get this for a minute, God, you mind? Like, although these are lessons, but before you get this, what a law taught, right, was and is, the first person, let me grab you and let me give you mouth to ear who you are. Now, I didn't come out here and say, 120. You know what I mean? We didn't do that. In fact, knowledge was given differently.
Yeah.
Come on, son, let me walk with you.
Yeah.
What do you say? Hey, give me your pen for a minute. I'm going to give you your pen back, too. Yeah, okay, let me slap a piece of paper. Okay, like I always say, what did you say about knowledge? It's Knowledge, spell it. Okay, I need you to remember that tomorrow. That's your homework.
Yeah.
Know that. Okay, bet. Now, your willingness. See, 'cause a lot of people on the surface, like you, divine and sincere and infinite, they wanted it, but when it was taught about what was required, they said, "Oh no, I got to fast. Yeah,
A question
how many
mark.
days? 3 days.
A question mark.
Yeah, I'm not doing that one.
Too much.
You mean run fast? No, I mean not eat.
For 3 days?
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
lost your mind.
Some people say, oh, I eat for 7 days. That was good, God. But that wasn't the initial, So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Pete. So what happens, because that's one of the initial thresholds to get it, right? But then later, because again, it's about education. It's a word called didactic. It means to teach. You know what I mean? There's different ways of teaching. The culture is, what do we mean by culture? The culture is, what?
The culture is a one's way of life.
Yes. Give me an example of a way of life.
Not eating the wrong food.
Okay, that's one. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm gonna take that.
The foods that you provide in your household.
Okay, we still on food. Okay, good. You want to make sure the food you eat, the food in my house, food in my house, anything else.
Language.
That you practice in your household.
Oh, in the household. Okay. What about elsewhere?
Exercise regimen.
I mean.
Okay. Yes, God. No. We good. Yes, God. Those are healthy, and that's right and exact. I'm not. But there's something else.
Language. Your language.
We're close. Now we're close. Now we're close. Right, because if I want to get the language, I have to walk with you. I have to live and I have to walk with you. Right. Yes, God. All the above is cause.
Code of conduct.
Yeah. Yes. I have to eat. You can sit here too. Well, yeah, you can sit up here.
Peace and family.
Yeah. So yes, but living mathematics. Life motivates the living. So that means I'm walking with you, and I'm getting it mouth to ear.
Yeah, that's right.
The way the culture is our God. Yeah, Islam, actually. It don't want Islam. Yeah, your culture is Islam. Yeah, now it's like, it's Islam. Why? Because we see Islam as a way of life from the signs of living mathematics. What does it mean to us? It means I serve Lord and Master. I sincerely love Allah's mathematics. I see leaders and masters. Right? That's what that's what it is to us. No disrespect. Again, we're not here to disparage people. well, I'm a Muslim. How could you say that? I'm gonna have some people right now. After we finish doing this here, Astaghfirullah, blasphemy. You didn't even have to look at this, but you know they're going to anyway and throw rocks. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and come on, you're gonna burn, brother. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah.
Why did you look my way when you said that?
Wow, God, let me find out. Yeah, they be crazy, right? Yeah, so, so, again, coming back, so, living, right, and now going back to, somebody trying to knock me out the box here, my brother here, he's doing a good job teaching, I like that. Son God, he came to the class. When we first met him, Mr. Black man, God, we had the knowledge, right? But again, like most of you, your willingness to want the knowledge, right? So you know, as you started learning, you know, again culture. Let me start. You know, let me put it on brand. You went through a little something, y'all. People threw rocks. Of course, they could throw rocks.
Superman the Man was another good book.
Oh, by Jay Rogers.
Superman the Man, I had to do a thesis with that.
Okay, very good
And
book.
I love that book.
Okay, you came out nowhere with that one, but that's
I
good.
mean, this is the book it went together with.
Yeah, no, all those things.
With Message to the Black Man, I
Yeah.
was using both of them together.
Yeah, yes. Yes, a good book. Conductor Dixon and the Statesman.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a great book. If
Yes,
you haven't
that's a
read
must
it,
read.
yeah, it is. However, so coming back, right? So you grew, and you start. I seen you in the God coming to the house to take, the social equality. You know what I mean? And that historically, there's a connection with that. Because that's how we had the House Parliaments when we first started. There was no Harriet Tubman. We didn't get Harriet Tubman until '68. Right? You know, the law comes home in '67. The first, the Sermon on the Mount, that's what we call it. But his first bill is in Mount Morris.
By the bell guard?
Yeah, right. But, but guards would go in each other's houses. Building. You know, we breaking bread. Peace, God, come on, man. Where were we going?
Yeah, that was Mount Everest.
You know, and then so so when you see that connection, that's what we do, right? And that's healthy, right? You see my brother, you sit down, you talk to him, you break bread the way you break bread. But the premise of what we're doing is that we're always teaching. I'm sorry. So coming back again, because we were talking about the culture, right? And how it was given. Then later on, of course, the law goes back into the mosque, right? And then he grabs the lessons, right? Now.
That's new to me.
Yeah, that's new.
He came out and went back in.
No, well, he didn't come out, and I took the. He went back to get those.
Yeah.
Ah.
I didn't come out. I didn't come out. I got 120. Look. He didn't do that. It wasn't even given in this order. Well, first, actually, this was done definitely because these are the keys to unlock the door to these. Right. And then there you go. Hey, big fella. Please, God, you got C3 right up here, man. Let me dust it off for you. Please, God. Okay, yeah. So he comes out, right? I mean, and he's teaching, and he's, so then he sees, okay, because again, the lost and found Muslim lessons. Well, sorry. The lost and found Muslim lessons were and are. I mean, great. Especially when he, okay, now let me use this word, changes the idea. Because that's something he, later on we say, as long as, because it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the God left 10. 10 variations of how we're going to quote this lesson. Is, was, can't, why, how, tell us, whatever. As long as the word is not changing the idea or the meaning of the degree, then we good. Right. So we're not, as long as it's not changing the idea, we're good. But means on the contrary.
But means
No, no, it's not.
I'm just
One more time, God, you gonna go just like that Bubba did. We stop now. No,
I just heard
my
about-
brother. No, you good. Don't mind me. Peace, come on, son. Let me ask you a question. Anybody? We Muslim?
No.
No.
Yeah, somebody got quiet in here. You got we Muslim God? Okay.
Emphatically not safe.
Okay, right. So, in most of the lessons, Nation of Islam, they always started off with this way: the wisdom and knowledge, wisdom man started, the planet was first founded. What's the meaning of civilization? One having wisdom, knowledge, blah 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 blah. In fact, the 18th degree was the duty of a civilized man. Right. You know that had to be changed because she's teaching too. So it's a civilized person. Right. So, you know, things had to be changed. First of all, because it's, again, knowledge, wisdom. Not wisdom, knowledge. And in this case, we're meaning that, and I'm just to reiterate, I know most of you know what I'm saying anyway, is we're not putting words before the knowledge. I'm not going to speak before I know. Or I'm not going to parakeet. I want you to tell me your name. Tell me.
I am infinite.
I am infinite, right? I'm not parakeet. Although I did that. Let me raise my hand. No, that's a lie. Because I did. I just I had to unlearn. But again, we can't parakeet what someone else said. Because then here's the deal. Because the science of knowledge and wisdom would dictate the person who's wise enough is going to ask, what do you mean? Now you need to explain. Right. Elijah Muhammad said, okay, okay, I hear you. What do you mean?
You say, right? Yeah.
Well, or no, explain that.
What does that mean?
Yeah, can you explain that? Right? So you putting the words, you now study. Knowledge is many things. But we understand it also to be the basic foundation. Right? You know, it's how I'm accumulate facts, right? And then based upon that, how I will speak and how I will, you know, how I will deliver it, or how I live in accord with what it is that I know, right? So, so he goes back in, or and then there's the whole story with that. You know, Urban League Street Academy had a lot to do with the mass producing. You know, the Urban League with the Street Academy. I'm sorry, somebody help me out. And we got this school what year?
1964.
No,
67.
that's when he came. Seven, right, seven. Yeah, we got the Urban League Street Academy 67, then 68, we started going to Harry Tubman. You know, so which is why we're kind of like always trying to get back there, although we are in PS 92, but we're trying to get Harry Tubman only because it's historical. You know, connection, you know, right. And schematically and logistically, that's one of the best fits, too. But anyway, so he goes back in, right? You know, and there's the changing of that, right? Supreme mathematics, we speak supreme mathematics and alphabets. Right. Nobody called this 120 but us. Right. You wasn't drawing it up like that. Absolutely not. No, you didn't. I mean, yeah, look, there's a lot of kudos I give my brother, man, the messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He's one of the first ones to say that mathematics, Islam is one and the same. There's a lot of goodness. So we're not here to disparage that, but we're just here, you know, how we're seeing, we're taking the Asiatic frame of reference to another level.
Yeah, we added on,
Yeah, because again, right? Today's degree in the 1 to 40, what's the question? Emphatically no. Me and my people lost more than 379 years. We tried the so-called mystery God for bed clothing in the home and received nothing but a hard time, nakedness, and out of doors. Also beaten and killed by the same ones that advocate the so-called God. And no relief came to us until the son of man came down by the name of our prophet, W. Father Muhammad. So, actually, that's how I went.
Yeah, I always say Almighty God.
Yeah, right. Allah too. I do that too. But Prince also, Prince told me And I like the way he did that because 120 because they're keys. You know, one degree may speak to another degree. So So the last degree, I'm talking first one Prince. So the last degree, not last degree, the end of that degree. So the relief came to the Son of Man came to A. They my Papa before Muhammad. The 12th degree is mine. See again the difference. What's the 12th degree in the 1 to 40?
Mine start with tell us.
Oh no!
Yeah.
God,
Let me just quote the degree.
No, we ain't with that. Not with tell us.
Well,
Not
see,
with tell us.
Yeah.
Not with tell us.
I
Why?
counted born tell us degrees in the 140.
Huh?
Yeah, mine.
Woo!
Yeah, mine
We gotta sit down and talk.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no!
that's-
Please tell me about them. Watch them tell us. Yeah, all that. Tell us. Tell us.
Yeah, we gotta talk about this.
Yeah, man. But anyway,
Yeah, pull out my
Okay.
degrees.
So why does or why doesn't?
yeah.
Right?
What did you want? Why does or what doesn't?
Tell us why does.
Okay.
Why does?
I didn't check mine.
Okay.
Why does?
I know what it is, dog. You from Medina? Come on now. Yeah.
That's all it is.
What's
dog.
yours?
You
Why
gotta get to the
doesn't?
root.
Why doesn't? Why mine does too?
Yeah, why does?
What does? Okay.
Why does?
Why does?
Why does?
Why does? Oh, y'all, why does?
Yeah, you know.
That's what
Yeah,
these
we
guys,
spoke-
right.
we
That's
spoke-
right.
we
No,
spoke
no,
on
no, no, no. And it's why, not tell us. Why? That's how that degree starts.
I seen those too though.
Yeah, you gotta watch that tell us, man. Yeah. So you gotta watch the writing of things, but we'll cross that bridge also.
That's why we come here so we can put it all together.
Yeah. So So anyway, so yeah, I know what's in there. I know what's in your degree.
No, she's shaking.
Yeah. So
She is good.
my question. All right. So the degree. So the answer is what? Oh no. Yeah. What's the answer to the 12th degree? Why does?
What does the devil teach that? Because he decided to make slaves out of what he can so he could rob them and live in luxury.
Right.
Yeah, rob them.
Right. And listen. So, but my degree says, why doesn't he teach that? Teach what? Teach about the relief or the coming of the Son of Man. Right. Right. That's why I'm not teaching that. Yes, of course. Yes, I'm a robber and live in luxury. I desire to make things out of all I can. But I'm not going to teach you because I know who your God is. I'm not teaching you that because that cuts into my bread now. I need you dumb and illiterate so I can get this paper. And I'm going to dress dumb and illiterate up real good. See? So it looks like, because psychologically, see, when we look at the dynamics of something, you sound, slick, but you said nothing. And you got a degree in that. You got a BS. Yeah, you got a BS, right? So, but I'm not teaching you, you see Divine and I Am and all them and I God and them in the ghetto. No, don't see them. Look at them. They running around with ruffians. We don't teach you, but the God's in there teaching about the relief, like the God going back earlier about what to eat, about the culture, how I'm living, exercise, all those things. See, because we teach by knowledge itself, God. But we're not Christians either. We're not gonna be dead letter readers. Once again, God, give me a I did that too. I sure did. Quoted from Supreme Mathematics to the Solar Facts. You couldn't tell me nothing. A lot of us were like that. Woo! Quote next week. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, you threw up your arm.
That's right, because you went through a lot too. There was a different day and time too, but that's neither here nor there.
That was an accomplishment.
And that even in this day and time, that's an
Yeah,
accomplishment.
that's an accomplishment.
Always is. Right? But I thought it stopped there though. Running my mouth. Yeah, what we ready to call all those boys? Matter of fact, the devil called this long degree. You heard that?
Great accomplishment.
Yeah, until someone raised their hand. Well, here we go. This one always caught me. Excuse me. Yeah. What do you mean? I was just twisted.
Silence now, right?
So then I always had to come back to the gods. Because we had to, I had to pay a visit.
Yeah.
Then the God had to tell me,
The building, right?
yeah, right, to the purpose. You know what I mean? Listen, God, look, we're not here to, and that was one of the things the law didn't want done either. Because if I'm telling you it's not about religion, I don't want you to look at these degrees as religion either. That's another thing he said. Listen, if you want to see me, what?
Come together.
Right. Right. And that was said largely because there'll be no you worshiping me. You want to see me? Then just see yourself. I'm empowering you
Yeah, I'm planting that seed.
with this knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah, I'm planting that seed.
You want to get this done in the name of the family name. They come together like we doing now. Right. You got to learn. You know what I mean? So there'd be no Allah. You know, no, we ain't doing that.
No.
In fact, I'm calling you. You calling me Allah. You know why you calling me? You know why you calling me Allah? Because I'm arm, leg, arm, head.
As you said, to see the furthest.
Yeah, right. Well, that's because he's a father. Because he's a father.
Yeah.
That's the meaning of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, so right, because look, I see that here. Arm, leg, arm, head.
Yeah.
Right. You know.
I was qualified
Right.
myself.
So right, indeed. So. Yes.
And add on, like in the 1 in 36, the beginning degrees in the 1 in 36, the wrong food. I build on that and seeing the mystery God was the wrong food.
Okay.
That's how he was able to rob them and live in luxury by feeding them the wrong food.
Yeah,
My uncle does not know he's my uncle. He don't speak his own language.
Right. Indeed, God. Thank you.
And that's all due to the mystery of God.
Okay, so let me put this. I'm gonna put these 3 numbers up here. First. 3. 3 what?
379.
There you go, God. That's my man. Come on, man. Look at him. He's been around 1,000 years. Come on. All right, so I'm gonna put Allah right here too. Right, boom. Let me give you the hint. So now, right, the wrong foods. Right, God's right. He's correct. My favorite go-to when I was coming up, what is, does everything do with the Bud Christian number 10? Yeah, God. And the 1 in 10 is the last degree, Buddhism and Christianity. Okay, yeah, yes. Yes, God. That was cute. For now. No disrespect. When I say cute, I don't mean yes, because paramountly and it was relevant that they taught you that. But what I also taught you was fear. See? Right? Because it says, why does the devil? The devil gives him nothing. You know what I mean? Then it goes on talking about a devil playing fiddle with your little boy. Why did you feel the devil? Now he's a big man. The devil told me the wrong problem. What's the wrong food? Fear. Nigga, I wish you would. Big Diesel. Let me go. Come here, Lord Justice. No, come here, Frank. You ain't Lord Justice no more. You ain't Frank.
And make no eye contact.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Make no eye contact.
Yeah, Mr. And then.
You keep your head to the ground.
So,
like an ostrich.
So, the God's right though. The mystery God, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, right, because again, they taught that there. The God was talking about that religion earlier, its origins and all that. Right. But as it was taught to us, because he already took from you. See, I always go here. The 4th degree and the 1 to 14 says we took everything from them except. Right. So that means I didn't take it from here. We were merciful enough to just give me my shirt, give me my sneakers, give me my hat, give me my car, we can get out of my house, round them up. Then boom, right? Then you went savage as a result of the trajectory you had to go through, right? And then we got, the guards and them to go up in there and do their thing. But now listen, right? Well, Musa, but I just. So fast forward. No. Then Musa come, teach him how to respect through life, how to be home for himself, and what?
Some little forgotten trick now. Which was?
Telling lies, doesn't know how to match up.
Devilry, right? Yeah. Devilry. Right. So now, check out what he do. I'm not murder. I'm a devil. I'm the last man on this planet. I was born through murder and sin here. No. What did it say in this degree here? The God just said it too. Mongo that speak his own language, and Mongo that know his Mongo. I mean, I beat, wet, traumatize your neuron transmitters to the point where you no longer talking about my name is Khalik and I am and divine. I wish you would. Can't know about your strength. We're deep here. I got you. In fact, you all the way on this side of town. So now you got, okay, Master Johnson. You know what I mean? Right? But he took everything from you except that. Fast forward this tape. Your father came, he did, I'm sorry, what year did Fard? What year was the month and day was 120 written?
February 20th, 1934.
Oh, look at him. Yeah, you know that, huh? February 20th, 1934. Yeah, you were correct, God. Right. And in those degrees, he mentioned that Fard says, my uncle was boarded by a trailer 379 years ago. Yeah, that happened. I'm telling you, I'm just saying, just using mathematics, that God came to make understanding born. Yeah, to the uncle. Allah. From that peace, Master Father Muhammad, again, we're not here to disparage Elijah and them. Well, Allah came to make understanding born to the minds of us, to the uncle. I came to see the uncle also in 1964. See? There was still some work that needed to be done. Like I said, you let the Lord profound most peace to that. But I'm not Muslim. I'm coming with the science of 120 degrees and living mathematics. And the keys, I'm going to give you the language. Supreme mathematics and the alphabet. That's going to unlock the doors to this. That makes this, not that. No disrespect. Right? We got no, listen, we got no problem with the word Muslim still being in there. Because I know, no disrespect. Not that it bothers me. But I know it's people, oh, but you quote Muslim lessons, brother. Sure am. So just say Muslim. But Muslim because it was only a black man. It wasn't the Habibi, Hakman, and Abu Huraira, and all these other people that came. It was a black man. We was in the trenches here. Like Noble Ali, like Marcus Garvey. Right? Like fast forward now, Master Father Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They came, but then they came with the Asiatic frame of reference. Right. You Asiatic, bro. And why you calling me that? Isn't Asia over on that side? No. This whole world is yours. Right? Then when we put our view to that, right? Not again, we peace to Tibet and that area of Kathmandu and the Orient and all that those places over there. I'm talking about right here in Bed-Stuy, Durham, and Manhattan, and all these particular places. Where the knowledge of wisdom man started. I came from the Asiatic frame of reference, right? To say, give you the knowledge of who you are, right? And this ain't no schism, because history teaches that the black man is and always will be God. That's why it was erased. We don't want them to know that. Look, when we destroy, we take it because we thieves anyway. Don't take that off of there first. See, you can take everything from them, but if you leave know thyself, that's a done deal. I could be broke with no money, know thyself. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so that then that's a whole nother. So we want to take that and then this, and then of course, because the pen is in my hand, I'm writing history. No, it was white people that did this. It wasn't you. You came afterwards. You know what I mean? But again, woo! That's not, yeah, see, you guys make me. Yeah, Paul Guthrie, yes. God has the book, The Making of the White Man, by Paul Guthrie. History and Teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But this is a white man who actually, I like this too, because we were talking about that in class a few weeks ago. God got the book. Good work, God. Because again, when you start talking to people, I had to learn that. I'm sorry. You gotta explain what you mean to people. In fact, I was going through. Thank you again, information I can't for we was going through Yaqub. I kind of strayed. I did. We were going through the Yaqub history, and what I say straight, I mean, because again, man, you brilliant minds in here, God. The thought come up, look out there, then well, it's connection, but then it's not, so, but he cites, the essence of the class was citing authorities that can confirm the history of Yaqub in that history. Again, like I said again, you're not going to find the exact same history. You gonna find Mina, you calibrate calendar dates. Mina's in the Yaqub in Arabia, right? Where he was supposed to be living 8,367. Comes to the idea 8,400, right? All schools, university, yeah. That's not please. Oh, because we know that we brilliant minds anyway. We doing that now. So then you ain't saying nothing later. But my thing is, but as you read the story, the principal players' names change. The science is the same.
Yeah, remain.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And then they throw the twist of Yaqub. See, again, we speak the language of.
Supreme mathematics.
There you go, God. Right. I'm not, see, when I talk about Yaqub, I'm not talking Jacob or the Arabic etymology of that. I'm talking about why Allah see you born. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Yeah. You know, then we go into, and that 120 goes into that. Right. So when I'm coming from that premise, see, because you doing just the name search shit. You be well, first of all, 7th century Islam, in that area where these names derive from, and that's a fact. Well Men in Great Colors by J.A. Rogers. I think volume 3. He goes into, World Men in Great Colors by J.A. Rogers. God, just look up J.A. Rogers. Anything by him is great.
Yeah.
Nation knows no color line, the whole 9. But yeah, World Men is great. Especially volume 1. That was my favorite. I just but I brought up volume 3 because he goes into the Yaqub. But Yaqub, just the name. Yaqub, a black prince, though, that did something. Died to be opposite. But once I seen, look at Yaqub, but then I found that I was going on like a dead search. God, that's not how you go to research that. You know, you saw the name and then you lost your wig and you know like, oh look guys, I seen it right here. Look, see, what was it saying? Did you read it? You know what I mean? You got excited because you saw it and because I was sent on a mission to study, right? But then, like the God was saying, but then you have again truths that were crushed to the earth. So a lot of times, like when a science is dropped, right? I was telling the God this because he was going back and forth because again, God, Yaqub was mythology. We don't teach mythology. Right. Okay. So let me drop this on you also. Misunderstanding of the truth. Listen to this one. Misunderstanding of the truth leads a man to breed mythology. So we don't do that one. Right. So when you know the truth, that's not happening. Peace, God. You're finding these truths is a word, audius. I believe I'm pronouncing A-R-D-O-U-S, means hard.
Arduous.
Arduous. Okay. Arduous. Yeah, yes, God. Thank you for correction. Arduous. Thank you, God. Yes, meaning that, it's not going to be quick.
Most difficult.
Right. So, especially finding that and then having to prove it. But that's definitely one of the foundations. That's where I was going with that. And most of our history, some will be real, like, jump right out to you like Christopher Cologne. He was an easy one.
Right. Yeah.
And in fact, but what I didn't know was the logs on his ships. Wow. See, because we talk about Christopher Cologne, he didn't discover nothing, whatever, but his logs that he documents what's going on. He goes into, the God, tell me your name, God. What's your name? Yeah, you.
Imperial King, I love Allah.
Up here, yeah. See, they don't tell you about Imperial King, I love Allah, was on the ship with him, navigating. But he went, right. And then, I didn't know where I was going.
Nino Brothers. Nino Brothers.
The black man was the navigator.
Right. Or when I drop to the place where I'm gonna go do this thievery at, right? Oh shit, wait a minute. Didn't he have big pyramids and there too, But now we have I'm seeing these step pyramids, with the Aztecs and the Mayans and all them, the Olmec head, you know, and that came from, no disrespect to the culture of the Brown, the Brown seeds, that were there. That came from the black man traveling independently from our homeland there, visiting. Oh, yo, okay. And they don't document how he finds they came before Columbus. That's another good book to read. Yes, you go. Anything by Ivan Certain. That's one. Early anything. Blacks in early this, blacks in early Asia, blacks in early, I know, blacks in antiquity. Ivan Certain, he nothing to play with. Yeah, huh? Yeah.
That subject right there.
Yeah.
That's the man for that.
It is. Yeah, Ivan Certain, you go straight to him for that.
Even though they try to dismiss him though.
Oh yeah,
They try to make him seem like
they doing that now. Right now in Florida. No, you're not coming to Florida with the governor. Come to Florida and teach black kids what we do to you. Right now. Right now, not 1934, it's 205. Go to Florida. Ain't gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna teach let me get that one time again. You wanna teach about a law that's 5%. Okay, are they teaching that you love whitey? Yes, what?
If not.
Yeah, right. Make that a law. Critical race theory. Right? You will not talk about anything that shines a negative light on me.
Right. Or you going to jail.
What are you teaching? I was reading this book, the Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews by the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Get him out, he's fired. You know, yeah.
It's so bad. He wanted the teachers away.
Body cam. He wanted the teacher to wear body cam to ensure that you're not teaching now.
Florida?
Yes, God. Yeah, read that up. It's in there.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, and Florida, he's the governor of Florida. Now, not Tampa, not Florida.
Right.
I'm
Tallahassee. The whole state.
Yeah, whole state. Yeah,
Governor.
Yeah.
Florida a sovereign state, though?
He wants to be your president.
It's a state.
No, it's not what I'm talking about. No, it's not.
It's not sovereign, but it's ain't no sovereign states no more. They all one. Everybody down. All 50 of them.
But I'm only saying that again because how important history is, right? And it's important that you know because they revisit. And see how he got away with that one. No disrespect. And there's a lot of platforms and black people arguing. But unfortunately, you still have these people here. We have the who? We have the 5%. We have the 10%.
85%.
Yeah. And see, let me say this to you. Us and this dude here, we're battling for the minds of the people.
Peace. That's just the battle.
I'm saying, because Carter G. Wilson said that in Miseducation of the Negro. All right, I don't need to fight you. Let me colonize your information. I got you. Because you're consuming it. Once I get you there, you good. No, I'm not. What are you talking about? Yeah, we're talking about, I'm not going to school. We're doing the black school. Oh, no. Inequality. No. We must eat in the same place as them. What about your own? Peace, God. Peace to God. Yeah, so, I mean, and again, there's nothing wrong, but, history best serves Seneca Village, Rosewood, Black Wall Street. And listen, God, and we did this from my uncle not knowing he's my uncle, and my uncle not speaking his own language. We came from the ashes and ruins of slavery to rebound, and you know what, man? Okay, no, 17 million plus, 2 million. Making a total of all the planet Earth is. Right, but now I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 12 of us. This $1 stays in there. I'm buying my milk from him. I'm getting my clothes from him. He's going to make the car. He's building the house. This same money. And we go, and it grew. Then all of a sudden, then the guard and them got banks and Sears. What is the name, guard?
Original Self.
Yeah, Original Self got real estate. They booming. The white dude, see the cracker. Yeah, cracker. And you know what you call him cracker? You know why we call him cracker? Yes, because right, exactly, because he cracked the whip. Yeah. So anyway, And I'm not here to teach hate, but it's real.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, Black History Month, we ain't not gonna forget in March neither.
Right.
Yeah, shit, yeah. But anyway, but you created these villages and these places, and in fact, they have burial grounds now right in downtown Manhattan. There's a village. It wasn't for other black conscious minds that, oh, what are y'all doing? We put the building. No. You build on top of the bones of the people who lived here. No, we ain't doing that. You know what I mean? And then when you go into the history, the excavation, and you get to see, okay, these are people that developed. You know what I mean? And then now we tell you the true story. Here's what he does, real quick. Okay, look, we got 25.7 million. We're gonna put a big, beautiful barrel. No, but we're gonna tell the story. Right. What you did to my people. Right. Yeah, you gonna do that too.
Yeah, right.
Huh? You gonna do that too.
Tell the story first.
And why are you speaking so adamantly? Because you and those looking like you benefited from that. Sure you did. You may very well not have the same malice in heart, but you benefited. Because my brothers, none of y'all are simulating society like that. They said you coming a mile away. You know, and even you may not be on the, for lack of a better term, the air-like mindset, right? Just because you black don't mean necessarily you my brother neither. But I got you. Right. I'm not really talking separation. Some people, they love Trump. They MAGA. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But again, going back to my point. So we're fighting for the minds of 85%. Since I'm picking on you, who the 85%, Sincere?
85 of the blind, deaf, and dumb that don't have knowledge of self.
Okay. I was looking more for that degree, though. Right?
I'm getting there.
Okay, God. All right. That's important because it's a map. Because someone may want to say, what do you mean? I know what blind, deaf, and dumb mean, but what do we mean? They're poison animal eaters, slaves of a mental death and power. People know we true living God, their orders for and worship that which they know not, who are easily led in the wrong direction, but hard to lead in the right. That's what we mean. See, blind, deaf, and dumb, yes, God, you're correct, but let me be descriptive what I mean by 85% of these people not knowing. I mean poison. I mean literally. Like let me get. I want you to be. Oh God, what? What do you mean by? Yeah, right. That's the effect I want. Right. To show you what was done.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you mean by that? Pants all the way down. You was proud, son. You walking like y'all must be just.
Just the first two words.
Yeah.
Big feet.
Yeah, you still doing that. Oh yeah, it was crazy back in the day. Yeah, when we was coming up. They just do it differently now. Yeah, before we was coming up, a lot of us that were older, had a big ass jar with water with the big meat there. And the meat was coming right in there. No, let me get
up front.
Yeah, right in front, right there.
Yeah.
I'm looking for now ladies. My mom and them. No, let me get that Bigfoot. Oh yeah, that's what I'm on.
The biggest one.
See, you don't even you don't even know that pork is nasty. When you see that, you're like, oh, I mean, would you get? No. Wait, put your hand down, Bob. We going over here. Hey, what are you doing? You don't even have knowledge. You was a child. Like, hey, I mean, you doing that thing floating in water like that? Oh,
yeah. Was good for that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, God. So but listen, God, and you know what? Peace to the 5% and those that were conscious. Because, check this one in. When the knowledge came, right, in the 5 boroughs, the desert, Pelon, Medina, Mecca, wherever, right? This how you knew a 5%er. Once again, I'm going to the store, right? Let me get that cake. You a 5%, ain't you? He reading the ingredients. Yeah, he started reading the ingredients. Right. No, I can't eat that.
That's how we learn, God.
Right, yeah, right. And the ingredients then, God, it wasn't all these nice scientific disguisable names. It was long, shortening.
Right out.
God, and then when the guards taught us and pulled the wool over our eyes, we could see bread had lard in it. I was wondering why these some angry dudes, man. God, don't eat the candy. Don't eat that. Don't do like,
Starburst.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
Can't
So I was
love
really-
it.
Yeah.
All the fun.
Wonder bread. I was like, God, listen, man.
That's a good bread.
Yeah, that's what you talking about. But then the guard hit us with the guards went to Kraft cheese and had them change that.
Yeah.
They the ones who wrote Kraft cheese. And I didn't even know that, but the enzymes and the animals used to education, right? You know, and then they stopped. And then people started seeing how prevalent this knowledge. You know, there were other people, forces like the Nation of Islam, us, and other forces of consciousness that were teaching people like don't eat this.
Yeah, read first, right?
Right, yeah, but they knew though. They said you know. But now they say we'll get real slick.
Yeah, all the
Model student glutamate better than so-and-so 89. You know, all these long scientific terminology. You know, yeah. Hope is he going back, God. See, because the educated man is going to do these two things.
If I'm in question,
Right,
do it out.
right, and try to find that.
Yeah.
Right. So what happens is, I look. Right, yo, God, what's that?
do that mean?
What this lecithin? Oh God, that comes from the animal.
Yeah, lecithin.
Does
You see that?
it say soy next to it? No, then go no good,
Yeah,
God.
it's not lecithin.
It's coming from the animal. Oh, well, what's this one? Boom, boom, boom. What's gelatin, God? What's that? See,
From an animal.
yeah,
From
so
the pig.
yeah, so they got crafty with how they strip their pig. Now, let me say this also.
That's why they call it color man.
Right, indeed. So, it's less. It's less expensive to use the enzymes of the pig than it is the beef.
Of course.
Right. So I'm gonna go. Of course, the manufacturer's gonna go there.
Pork chop is always going to be less expensive.
Yeah, well, we're talking about the enzymes to use as an emulsifier
Yeah.
to create these cakes and whatever. Yes.
That shit sound
before
bugged
I
out.
got,
Huh?
even before I got knowledge of self and I was conscious, because I used to work for like Jews.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So it was kosher. Yeah, they wasn't playing that.
Kosher, right?
Yeah, right,
And they,
right.
and they showed me like the signs.
Oh, the U and all that. Right. Yeah, there's a different code. Yeah, right. You know, I get. Yeah. You know, that's one of the things I trust with them with that, because they're not. They kept to that. They kept to that. The law.
They have the dietary law. The Jews have the dietary. Well, out of all the Abrahamic religions, only one that doesn't have a dietary law is Christian.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, because that thing is
They
they freestyle. Oh, they good and no disrespect. I know when they hit. I know when you read the commentaries on this thing here. Woo! Hey, look at that ugly blasphemer.
I'm saying that Christianity, that's one of the most vicious psychological jobs they done did, because they keep waking up every day and
getting on their hands and knees.
No, God, it's nothing wrong. No. Don't put words in my mouth, God. They keep assuming that somebody that's dead gonna come back. That's vicious. That's vicious. That's vicious. I mean, I've been here for 45. So, and it don't look like in the next 45 they gonna mentally calm down with that. And I mean, that's.
I will say it's definitely a mental job, because of the sense that everything that I do, right, or it's I gotta go to this mystery first before I even before I get up and just open my eyes. Oh, thank the Lord. This, and this. Yeah, and then when you try to show the truth, it's like, oh, nah, this ain't, because of the dogma.
Okay, right. Right.
Now, you're not gonna wake them up out of their dream, though.
No.
Huh? What'd you say, God?
I said you're not gonna wake them up out of their dream.
No.
They adamant about their dream. They
God,
adamant about that.
Listen, man. Listen to me very carefully.
Adamant.
One more time, God. Just give me. Listen. We gotta go long. Just give me the beginning of the answer of the 14th degree to 140.
Civilized people. Causing haters.
Slaves,
There you go. Stop. There you go.
Yeah.
And some people, God, I'm literally that. I'm done. Lightning could strike. The God is bringing me the sun of the truth in my face. Jesus is going to strike you down. I'm still, because this is how bad the trauma of that Father
There is a
seed.
chance for.
They still
There is a chance. For,
There is a chance, God, but God, we're so far. This boy, God, let me tell you something to you. I've had this.
But they're only mentally there, not physically.
Yes, God, but now that's beautiful. But now that's the worst one. I like that. Okay, so let me quote this degree to you, and thank you, God, too, period, for that, because that was important to the gravity of what was done to us. Right now, listen, the church up the street, beautiful conversation. Here we go. Yeah, but brother, I get you. I know you'll help the community and everything. He said, oh, you don't, he said, and he know we didn't. But do y'all don't pray to you? Absolutely not, sir. Pray? What do you mean by, you mean God? I said, no. I said, okay. He asked a beautiful question. Why? Beautiful. Because there first, there's nothing I could touch, taste, smell, feel, hear, or see that's greater than me. And me ask you a question. If there is, please show me. Don't tell me. Don't give me the how, the why, the when. Because see, who is a question that has to be descriptive. Someone turns you right now and said, anybody seen Divine from, who's Divine from Durham, God? Oh, the boyhead brother, kind of husky, had a red hoodie on? Yeah. Oh, so you didn't ask me what he was, when he is, why he is, who he is. Who is the question that has to be descriptive? Who is the original man? The Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet, the father of civilization, the God of the universe. So, okay, bet, no problem. Describe your God. And you know what you're going to do to me? First of all, you're going to play some music, turn the music on. Right? You're going to get theatrical with it, right? And then you're going to start telling me about, God is great. And I said, no. See, you can do all that if you can describe him. Yeah, be dramatic in your description.
You know what they tell me when I go through that?
Yeah, great.
He was made in our image.
Okay, so listen to me. So does he look like Imperial? Stop. Does he look? Because we all in the image of one another.
Yeah, true. Come on.
There's variations of the truth in which we speak. That's why I'm a large. He's Imperial. You're sincere. He's divine. You don't get that part. That's over their head though. But anyway, but just the image, God. Right.
But there should be an image then.
Yeah, right. But they
answering their own
but
question.
God, listen, trauma. Slaves teaches you that when we get to this point of the conversation, click, you defend white baby Jesus, you better defend him. You better, see, he's got you quiet. There you go. You right over there, big brother? You back, right? Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Either that or that's when they started going to the build of the born degree and the 1 to 36, what you talked about is fear.
Oh.
Yeah, don't question what he looked like. You can't question.
Right. And fear, listen, fear, he likes that one. Fear, not of the slave master, but fear what the power of his majesty will do to me. Right?
Because if you think about it, they kind of really have to. Like, for instance, I've been dealing with knowledge since born knowledge.
Okay.
Can't come around eating a ham sandwich, not even to my family, because, you know what I mean? So, to a certain extent, they got to hold on to that because got to save face. Religion and politics is difficult to talk about because you might say something that will correct everything that I built my whole life on.
Right.
In one word, you might change my grandmother's alive.
Great.
Everything
Great.
That was
That's a great example.
Let me say this
now.
I like
one word.
I got you right there. I got you right there.
But that was what we was building about earlier when I told you I was building with my brother. When I asked him, what is, because he said I couldn't acknowledge or am I okay with what the Romans did in 1093 and everything that came after. But I said, it's okay then, but when Joshua did it in the Bible, when he went into Canaan, there were already people here, and he comes with the sword to slaughter to tell you you're going to go and serve Yahweh or you're going to die. That was okay, but the Romans.
I got you now, God.
You see what I'm saying? So
right. Joshua did it back then. That's the story you give me. But then it wasn't cool for them. But it was cool for this dude. Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, I got you, God.
Because it was that time. You know, that's how they say it.
Yeah.
One thing that
you had said God in inference, and also the God Allah Shah is hammering home, and I hope when everybody leave, they get the understanding that the bottom line is that the black man is God, number one. And after that, the wisdom is that it's our duty to civilize. The lessons provide us with the information necessary to do so. But more important than that, on top of the fact, God, is something that Elisha has said, and hopefully the guy was listening to me, we listening to each other, God, is that time is a measurement. And what I want to say about time is a measure, God, is that you are alive and you the God. Now, everybody is not going to be 5%. Number one, the guy sat there, and if behind the guy right now, he has a little half a circle showing and proving the 5% and the 10%, and how that those two individuals are battling for the 85%. That is the most important jewel that I gathered that I want to shine light on for everybody else, because it's going to relieve a lot of stress in your life, because today's degrees in your jewels is peace. And that peace comes from the fact of the self. The others is not the self. And they're not going to be no 100% of nothing ever. So if you 5%, your back might have some stripes, a little bit of stripes. And the 10%, you just don't want to be that. That's what I would suggest.
Okay. Peace, God. When we first got knowledge, I ran to his church. I didn't know nothing. All I knew was that the original man is DJ Black Man, because I heard that. That's what I want. I wasn't, So, but then I'm hearing the gods. I mean, I'm not dumb. I'm listening to the story you dropping. I'm woke. I'm getting woke now. God telling me about, there ain't no Jesus, God. No one came back from there to tell you whether they lied or not. Why? Because you can't. Right? Because then the God goes into the science of matter. And I'm like, this is just, I'm lost with that one. The only thing I know, I ran from Liberty Park on a Sunday. Never forget this one. We had a civilization class in the park. They, like this one, Standing Womoni Church. I kicked this door in, boom! Right? People looked at me, the black man is God! Here's the mystery God! Man, get this dude out of my church, man. Come on. Get him out of here with that, man. What are you doing? Right? But the blind prince used to tell me, yo, God, you can't do it like that. Yeah, you right, God, but first of all, you don't even know nothing. God, what are you doing? Yeah, but they didn't have to do that. They got you with this one. What do you mean? There you go. I was stuck. Fast forward. Right? Fast forward. Read something. So your knowledge is infinite, God. So when I see him again, this pastor, Reverend actually, he said, come here. So I said, hey, man, listen, bro, again, I'm mature now. What's the meaning of civilization? I said, man, Reverend, back now, my bad, man. Oh, black man still God. We ain't changing that dynamic. Right? Yeah. No Jesus in the sky. He's not coming. He's my brother. You okay? You want to say you God? Okay, good for you. Good. If sleep is your thing, peace. Then he hit me with black presence in the Bible. I said, ooh, that was good, right? Then there was then other people were hitting me with Reverend Allen, who started the African Methodist Episcopal Church, one of the first ones to start that. Because again, during slavery, they were allowing you to worship in that church. However, because he was woke, he understood it. He started. Jesus gonna be black then. The Kinta cloth, Africa. The Cushites were black. The Abyssinians, so were they. Same land. Cushion, Abyssinia, Bed-Stuy, New Lots. Okay. That's okay. That's what we talking. Okay. So that the same land, right? But they're gonna tell you something different. They're gonna hit you with Liz Taylor's white girl, and they they was in Egypt, and they Mark Antony, so knock it off. That's my homeland. So I started reading, and which was good, because when you start to speaking to these people. You know, you come across them. You know, again, I'm not my duty. I'm not running like I'm not doing that. Like I sit down. I've sat down, of course, and I still do. Sit down with people and we chop it up, we talk and whatever. You know, sometimes because we partner. The school partners with the community. So we're not there. Peace to the Christian, peace to the Muslim. But when you start telling me, in fact, I'll never forget this. We had a partnership one time, way back, and we're all sitting down. I'll never forget this. We sit right down, and they said, "Can anybody bow their heads?" And you know, so I got up. They said, "No, I'm not doing that." so, no, I didn't leave. I'm not doing that. No. So they stopped. I got Muslims like this, and we're doing all this. Okay, beautiful. Okay, that's good. I didn't. 5% was there, right? So then the lady, so we get somebody shrewd. Excuse me, I noticed that we all complied with the spiritual principles. That's different from anything, but there was some that time out. Right. How you doing? Before we move on, yes. Are you referring to Umwa? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Are you? Yeah. Right, I didn't do that. Right? You don't believe in spiritual principles? Yeah. Sure don't. Why not? Came with great understanding on them. I said, okay, no disrespect. You may not like this. You want the answer? Yeah. God is not a spooky spirit. He's the black man in Asia. And when he comes not as a spooky spirit, but as the black man in Asia.
As himself.
Right. Okay? I don't like when you ask me a question. Right. Now, we're here as a community.
Peace.
Right, that's what we was here for. Right, I get it. That's how you break bread. I'm not disparaging that. But if you want to go there, make no mistake, my sword is nice. Right. Let's not do that one because let me ask you a question. For centuries, since you want to go there, centuries, right? Where was he when they yanked us from Africa? Huh? How was Christianity introduced to us?
Kicked out of doors.
Right. Beaten and killed by the same ones who advocate that so-called God. You came to my shore. Right? You were doing this. Watch your hand, God. Right? And then, we ain't doing that. How you doing, sir? No, I'm not going to use that, though. Can you use one second, God? Have you heard the word today? Do you know that the good book will, right, and because we don't know, right, we get, but you came off this ship lost in our homeland, telling me that my way of life is heathen, because I don't deal with this religion that was shrouded in fallacy. And okay, here we go. Here we go. This is why I'm adamant.
That's the right way to be, though. Adamant.
Right? 3 M. This how they open. If I ain't said nothing else in this classroom, I know they be knocking on my door tonight. Talking about, come in. My name is Brother John. Come downstairs, Lord Shah. He always came with 3 M's. What's the 3 M's, dog?
Missionary, mercenary,
military. That's how they always came. Doc, trading post. Let me set it up with the chair here. Boom, bop, boom, bop. Right? Here comes Sharif and them. Yeah, can I help you? Yeah. Oh, how you doing? Look at that chain with the flag on it. Ooh, like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, look at these women. Ooh, well, pay dirt. Hit. Yeah. Okay, but first, just set it up. Let's be friendly. We just want to, yeah. Oh, what is your? I know. I heard the drums beating on the way here, right? First of all, when you got off the ships, you killed at least half my village with your pestilence and disease.
Okay.
You smelled like pure basura. Garbage, right? Like straight garbage, right? Killed us just with your smell alone. Yet literally, historically, tell you that when they came up with Columbus too, smelled like raw sewage. Killed people. Now we were already irrigating waters and pipes and stuff like this here. You didn't even know how to wash your backside, right? In fact, so says the Moors in 711 in Spain. 700 years they were there. Taught them civilization. Then you pushed them out, but then you pushed them out with everything I gave you. Peace. Well, because you were straight, you Southern Mediterranean. You were savage. But again, when they come, so then they see, okay, but they're not really catching this, the mercenary. They're not really doing the spoon for the chain thing. Sharif ain't trying to take off his chain to give me the okay, bet. So now let's come with the, okay, look, oh wait, do you know the Lord has, are you familiar with him, sir? Are you, no? He died for your sins? Who died? Me and Enrique and them, we over here knocking these dudes, what you talking about? You know, so, then lastly, we strategize, right? We strategize. Just like, most of us are familiar with the story, how the Portuguese came. They were the early ones. 1421 actually was the first form of that. Took us to Lisbon, Portugal. Right, that's where Nzinga, you're talking about the woman king, the homie. That was cool, but they got another one with the Nzinga. She did her thing in there. The Nzinga was never played with. They came and she was knocking them off like guerrilla warfare. So, I mean, and then one of the great stories I like about her, when she sits with one of the kings, she's looking for hospitality. Will you give me a seat? So he doesn't. So she looks at one of her soldiers. He jumps down in the form of a seat, and she sits on him while they negotiate. Right, like, okay, listen, no, you're not gonna come in there. But, I know you killed 5 of mine. Tonight, we're knocking 20 yards off. So we talking about that now. So what else we doing here now? Yo, these chicks nothing to play with here. He says, keep warrior, you know. They talking about Zena. Remember the white girl Zena? Yeah, Zena. Get out of here, man. Yeah. Anyway, they always wanted. Anyway, so, but again, I don't want to stray from my point. So, we're not again disparaging, but how it was introduced was barbaric, right? And then here go a good question, and I mean, ask me. Let me know this was a good. I asked a lot of people this. So, this is what your culture was prior to the arrival of Christianity. My thing is, since I don't partake in that, why am I heathen now to you? Why was something that was so natural to you and our people now no more good to a person whom you don't even know? A story given to you, again, shrouded in fallacy, but so prevalent that right now, actually, if you go out here and scream out, oh, I hate Jesus, or whatever, you can cause war. War. In fact, the Crusades was grounded on that. You know, so, to make a long, again, the knowledge, it's important to know who you are, right? Because there would be, I think a lot of us, when we were getting knowledge, I was studying, there were a lot of arguments I had to go back and renew, right? Because again, I didn't know, because again, you got people, man, that will make them, just because you sharp don't mean the person who opposes you isn't either. Right. Make no mistake, your enemy ain't gonna play with neither. Right. Yeah, I remember Amin and Promise. There was this black columnist. He passed away. I think L. Caldwell, something. Right?
Caldwell.
Yeah. Oh, he hated Malcolm. Yeah. He hated everything black almost. Yeah, he was how you put it? He was one who's conservative. No, I'm not gonna call conservative. He just wasn't from that air-like frame of reference. Let me use that point. So had to fast forward, had the privilege of arguing with him. And I'm glad I did. I caught him downtown, right? Dang! Because we being promises. I hate this dude. When I see him, I'm gonna punch him in the face. Do this. I get savage. I didn't want to do that. But when I saw him, here's what I did. Oh, you don't know your history. You don't know this and da. Actually, the man was well versed in his history, right? So much so I had to be quiet because there was a point where there were some things I didn't know, right? Then his argument, right? So now when he makes his argument, and his argument was about, I'm not with what Malcolm. I'm not with what Allah. I'm not with what this one, that one. I'm with what the good Christians and Martin Luther King and all the other people walked out. We shall overcome kumbaya. If you're not talking that, you're the enemy. You're not an American. So but my argument was subjective and emotional. You're a bootlicker. Yeah, all you did was calling out his name and disrespect the man. You didn't make for your argument. And he looked at me and you know what? This is what he said to me. He said, look, little bro, I get you. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do for you. This is exactly what he said. He said, I'm gonna end this conversation. Read some more before you run up on people who are in opposition to your idea. Because you're not giving, you giving me, you calling me a bootlicker and a tom. Okay, and let's say, okay, for argument I am, but you've proven nothing now. You didn't even prove you was the God to me, actually. Oh, you said the black man is God. How? I asked you how. And you telling me about, and again, I'm using words, but it's above his head. So you're strong in your house, but weak in his. You know what I mean? So I said, okay, so now let me get my study on, man. By the time I got right, though, he passed away. You know what I mean? But I understood now. You know what I mean? Talk to the Christians, praise the Lord, brother. Okay, I understand.
Prepare you for the now.
Yeah, no, that's right. The Muslim Salam Alaikum. Okay, I got you. Yeah, with Islam, brother, peace. You know? Yeah.
No, I just wanted to add on.
Yeah, please, you can. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you know, about the science of language and culture, you know, not knowing somebody else's language, and sometimes you could kind of speak like at each other, not even getting nothing accomplished.
Okay, right.
And I wanted to build about God because, like, you know, there's a show, right, called the 85 South Show.
85 South. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's the comedians.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But they
DC Fly them.
Right. But they call their audience the 85ers.
Wow.
The 85%, right? The 85%.
85%ers.
That's what they call them, the 85.
Whoa, okay,
now talk about the science of language. Now, see, to us, 85%ers is poison animal eaters. And so we know to us, but to them, it's their show and their audience. So when you come across somebody, you gotta be able to, like you said, strong in your house and weak in another. Like, you don't know their language. You gotta be able to speak their language.
He's not meaning what I mean.
Right. We're not meaning. So
that happened with me today, God.
Right. No,
I went through that today. I posted a meme.
Okay.
With the brother, you know.
No, that's what I saw that.
Sitting there with the shirt on, right. And he has the shirt and he's smiling, and it says 85%er on the shirt, and they're selling that. Wow. And I made a meme on it, and I'm like, you know, to basically promote that, right, is not right and exact for us being a member of the 5%. But then I had brothers come into the post like, yo, that's a show. Right. 85 South. That's what he meant by that. Right. But I said, well, I see where you're coming from with that. I see that, right? But coming from my school of thought, coming from my nation, it's not right and exact for us, right? And I pieced it up though, you know. I took it down. You see what I'm saying? Because like he just said, that's their language, right? And to prevent from going back and forth, I see it how I see it because of the house that I'm in. I got you. But in theirs, right? But in their house, is not. It don't mean that.
But then the God said, I got you. When you kept saying, the God said something right earlier that is important. All right. I'm not even gonna call them slaves of different power because they did that, but because sometimes it may be from lack of not, of course, the loss of lack of not knowing this science, but that's not what he meant. But then you sit down with them, you have the opportunity. But now, God, when you do, wisdom means to be wise. Now you got to be able to speak to them in a manner that they don't have to accept it. Because people come in this classroom, God, they're not coming sometimes to be 5%er. Right. I'm just coming, I want to hear. Right. You know what I mean? But, you know, I took something, I was influenced by it, and I'm good. You know what I mean? And used some of our science and moved on. I got no problem with that as long as you don't trick the knowledge. But, which is kind of like borderline where we kind of going with that. Right. Because what happens is now with the 85, because you want to sit with them, look, let me talk to you for a minute, bro. I get you, 85 South, because geographically you're talking about this particular area, and this is the name of your show, and the people come to your show, they're 85%. I said, but in fact, peace, bro, I got that. But can I drop something on you? Yeah, boom, look. Are you familiar with the 5%?
Yeah, actually, brother Ben X actually was on their show, and he actually brother Ben X is a Muslim.
Okay, but this comes from the name of Islam.
Right. And he shared that with him. he shared that with him. So but I guess they have their business, and I guess they must have made a whole.
Yeah, they did because they left.
So he did make knowledge born in them.
Yeah. Brother Ben X actually said he said in my culture,
So now once you do that,
yeah,
this is a choice you're making now, right?
Well,
God, listen, he doesn't.
But he doesn't mean that he's he's not saying that he's going to come up part of our culture now. His choice is more like, all right, we've already decided what this means. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like the same thing about virgin, right? Virgin, the root word really means like young woman. Right, but then to some cultures it means a woman, somebody who never had somebody. So they decide
this is my definition.
Right. This is our definition. This is what we mean when we say this.
Okay, so his audience. So
right.
So he promotes because now the problem, he promotes. Okay, I'm at 85%. Right. All right. So, yeah. Okay. So, well, God, listen. Let me say this to you.
That just means we got to teach even harder.
Yeah, God, well, look.
That's how I see it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go back. Check this one in. Here we go. So, Allah's a Madawan, right? It's a Madawan teaching. Then he got this brother there, right? He doing a non, he listening. On his way out the door, he tells Allah, listen, man, I'm not teaching that. You're not coming to be a prophet. Allah said, listen, man, okay. I get it. Now that don't teach devils to me, God, brother, because the devil's already here. I get it. I'm not. Some people were influenced by this knowledge, but you go out there and took our knowledge. There's a difference now, right? And you create another sad nation, right? This Robbie Walker dude I'm talking about, right? He was the firstborn Muslim dude, right? And then he crafty. Allah, he's Allah in the knowledge body. I'm Allah in the wisdom body. You know what I mean? Meaning that he's Allah first, I'm Allah second. Some old nonsense. But anyway, that didn't die. I mean, that died because that which has a beginning has an ending. Like the Muslim God. I stopped arguing with them dudes because that has a beginning and that's gonna have an ending. Holy means something not been mixed out with intent with any form. So when you start doing that, you create your own demise. So now, but in this case, with these comedians that's doing that, because they left what's his name? Nick Cannon, right? And they start their own thing. Okay, that, I get it. You know what I mean? And then, okay, I know Ben X did, but then from I don't know where he went with that, like how far he went in. But you can't tell the man he can't use it. He can't use it. Now, I get it. It's a point of edification. It's a point of teaching. Then it's how do I teach him, right? And then this is man's platform.
Right.
This is his platform. So it's not really too much other than let me just leave you with that. You know what I mean? Now, and the reason why I'm leaving you with that is right because make no mistake, you're going to run across some issues with that. Absolutely. Not yet because you're stationary. But when you move just around, which you've done already on social media, you got to physically walk. You could just move electronically. You will have an issue with that, right?
Yeah, because you got it from somewhere else too, right? You got that from like Rod.
The picture.
The picture from the brother.
Right.
So
it's floating around.
It's floating around.
But and that's the second picture I saw.
With that same question, like, they say call themselves 85%.
Oh wait, no, okay. Oh, that bothers you? Listen to this one. Time out. That bothers you? That's good. I hear you. You got white men with your universal flag on your hoodies. You want a universal flag like me? Come here. Like what? Yeah, like looking like Billy Bob from the Cunninghams or whatever. He's sitting there. Yeah. You got people have taken our
there's a white
logos,
there's a not to cut your wisdom. There's a white man's workout group called the 5 Percenters.
Yeah.
It's called the 5 Percenters.
I'm sorry.
Well, how do they represent that? That's a number, or they trying to say they represent something? 5% is a number.
Right. Right. I think they're talking about dealing with body weight.
Oh, okay.
And working out.
You can't take now. Right. Sharif is right. Now, if you're saying I'm a poor righteous teacher.
Oh no, he wasn't saying that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like language and culture. You gotta be clear and distinct in your language and culture.
Instead of just leaving it out there.
Right.
And that's the only thing I was saying about the 85%er situation. I'm just feeling that, I understand it's a play on words, right? But I would have used something else. Knowing and understanding what 85%er.
No, but he didn't. He don't understand what 85%.
No, that's why I asked you if Ben X explained something to him.
But he explained it from his cultural and his language. Doesn't mean that this person is actually gonna forfeit his language and actually, submit to that language. You see what I'm saying?
I just think he was playing with the situation. I'm an 85%er.
Yeah, but I don't think he knew. I don't think he fully knew what it meant. I think he just was like, "Yo, we're the 85 South Show, and this is our audience is the 85%." Right, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it right. He didn't do it slight.
Now, I just wanted to let the God Shah know I would like to add on in his class before they're closing.
Regarding what?
In regard to what God science.
We going to this, or we going somewhere else?
I'm adding on to the God science. Can I do that?
No. How about that? No. Now, speak your language.
The science of the true and living, Lord. That's all. It ain't going outside our cipher.
It better not.
Yo, that's
I don't need you stand up. I don't need you to sit down.
That's my God there. You hear me? Listen. My name is. I come in the name of Lord Wild Sharif Allah. Right. Today's map is knowledge. Right. Knowledge dealing with in the knowledge culture free cipher deals with would you set up home and wait for a mystery God to bring you food? Emphatically knowledge culture outside. Peace. Okay, now what I wanted to make born today, right? The knowledge that I wanted to make born was the Bible. A lot of us, just one passage of the Bible dealing with how Jesus spoke. Because a lot of us get stagnated when it comes to dealing with the Bible. We stigmatize it on a religious level only. But our lessons tell us that the Holy Quran and Bible was made by the original people, who is Allah, and it's renewed every 25,000 years. Jesus said in the Bible, chapter 17, Matthew chapter 17, verse 9, he said he is the Son of Man. Are we not the Son of Man? He showed and proved that he was the Son of Man. He taught freedom, justice, and equality. So in that verse he says he was the Son of Man. This is a picture of him, how he was supposed to look. Hold on to that. How he was supposed to look.
Who
I got that from the Israelite brothers.
That's what he is.
Okay.
So you coming here with that?
No, it's just a picture of what he was supposed to look like, other than Caucasian. That's all I'm showing. And
look like one of them.
Right.
Which is,
chapter 13 in the Bible. Verse 37, Jesus spoke about the Son of Man also. Jesus said to his disciples, he said, the one who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. And the field is the world. And the good seed is the Son of Man of the kingdom. Then he said the weeds are the sons of the devil. And he goes on. So I'm just showing and proving that don't keep rejecting the Bible because it has a lot of truth. And Jesus did teach freedom, justice, and equality. And he showed and proved that he was a God and that there were other gods existed back then that represented their name as the Son of Man. Proper education knows correct errors. Peace.
Peace, God. Peace, God. Peace. Yo, pardon me, God. I just wanted to speak to the 85 side. The irony of it is that the audience is probably true.
Right. You said 85%.
Yeah, so
They are.
Yeah. I mean, in both sense of the words. You know what I mean?
Right. No, that's a fact.
It's the truth.
That's a fact. That's why I said it's an opportunity for us to teach. Because we got to teach. It's a teach. You got to teach. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And we got to teach harder because now there's a language or counterculture that is. That doesn't that says that 85 is and they're promoting in a way that they joyous in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost like when 85 says I'm a savage. You know what I'm saying? We know that a savage is a person who lost knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? Living in peace way. But to them, it's like a savage is really somebody. I'm just going hard. I'm going hard. You see what I'm saying?
I eat my pork chop. You grew up on it. I eat my pork.
Right. So for us, that's a poison animal. Right. For them, it's like this is good. Like
this is good.
So you got to know how to deal with that language, and you teach.
Hey, but how dangerous is that though? Like just like speaking those type of words into the minds of people who have no knowledge or understanding of the law that these words are like predicated on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because anybody who falls victim to the law, the penalty is death, God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's what I'm saying.
So when you use those type of words to a body of people who have no knowledge of what type of weight these words hold, what is it doing to the mind? See?
No, you're right. I'm just saying, we just got to be clear. We just got to be clear on what the law is. You know what I'm saying? Because some people are lawless. Right. So you got to come and bring a law to them, and they got to understand, right? In order for them for that law to be effective, they got to understand it. Right. They got to understand. And if they don't understand it, they can just,
No, and correct me, because what the God is saying, I got both.
But that's the trick, though.
That is a trick.
They don't, in my opinion, they don't necessarily have to know what the law is to fall victim to.
No, that's a fact.
That's the trick.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
No question.
That's right.
However, but our duty is to do what?
Teach.
Right. So that needs it, in those teachable moments. I get what you're saying, God. Right. Either way, knowing or knowing, you can. Right. But now, see, it's worse when you know now.
Yes.
See.
Yes.
See now I'm bringing it to you. Okay, listen, man. Look, boy. Yeah, walking around with 85. Let me talk to you for a minute. Okay, that was cute. Because like Sharif said, because those are percentages. But let me kind of give you the history of what, because 85% of our people, see, because again, language. Let me let you know everybody, black, brown, yellow, these are people, right? And they've been put into this particular state. I understand this particular platform is referring to a percentage of people and a geographic location.
And the audience.
However, unbeknown to you, right, the majority of our people also lack who they are, because one of the major features in that degree is you don't know your origin in this world. Because if you know that, at least you ain't got to be a 5%er, but know your origin in this world. Right. Like, in fact, check this one in. I'm sorry. So the God was reading the Bible, right? 2 instances. So I remember I was listening to because my brothers, my Hebrew brothers, they hard. I'm sitting there listening. Jeremiah read from the book, and the God said, right? And then they insinuate always, nobody's right but them. Right? I'm just sitting there listening, and God's not black, God's not a 5%er, God's not this. And then he kept going to fight, trying to woke me. Dumar told me one time, you know a good way you get fish?
Open your mouth.
Yeah, you can open your mouth. There you go. You remember how God? Open your mouth. So I'm quiet, and until it was time to, let me ask you a question. I have absolutely no argument with that, right? First of all, the black man is the original man, right? Right. So he's the origin of all life. So absolutely, yes. Like the gospel, Jesus looks like that, and it says in the Bible. But yeah, God, I'm gonna say this to you though. But that book ain't about shit. And let me tell you why. Right. God told a Christian dropped it on me. He caught me at first. Who made go come on the Bible how long ago? He quoted the degree because I was cursing the Bible. He said, "Didn't you make the Bible?" But that's not what we meant. Right. When we say Holy Come on the Bible, we're talking about books that were written. I'm not talking about the 1383 John Wycliffe version or the 7th century Quran. Yes, we are speaking, we use those names, so I understand the reference that it infers.
Whoa, there's no comparison, you saying?
No, you're not knowledge of wisdom, I got knowledge yours. That's what you gotta do. Don't speak emotionally, Reverend John.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so.
That's what it sounded like you said, it was no comparison to that.
There isn't, because, check this one in.
Yeah.
We've been around eons before this white boy wrote that book. And stole our history. We've been, don't speak emotionally. He don't like that, because I'm questioning that bullshit you just said. So anyway, listen.
I'm saying, who renewed it every 25,000 years then?
Okay, who renewed it? No, check this out. We renew our history a year to every mile. How we live, God, what we do. The culture always was Islam. How I see life and independent, how I see life and also matter. He took
our history.
He took, after we dealt with equality, and allowed him to come among us, he took the science and crafted that and made these 2 books relevant in the world.
Why when I was born?
Right now, actually, you thief, you took the 42 negative confessions and called that the 10 commandments.
All he did
then you took
was mix, dilute, and tamper with it. That's all.
Right. Listen to this one here. Yeah. Now, what I'm telling you, listen, man, our degrees teach us, man, about you. I didn't got to do that one. I come straight from the power degree. One of our righteous brothers who was a prophet.
That's right.
Right? We sent him on the mission.
And he spoke, and
right?
he taught freedom, justice, and equality.
And he sure did. But check this one in. Let me explain something to you, man. When it says, who made come on the Bible, how long ago? Can you tell us why Islam news every 25,000 years? Only come on the Bible made by the original man who's the law. Right? Right? Okay, Ben, we understand. But we're talking about how we are writing our history in these languages geographically in the world. Here. Right? No, how we renew our history here, where this Quran later on is written, and then over here, where this Bible supposed to be is found. Right? Later on. We're talking about how we squared off land, how we renew our history, how we eat, how we walk the earth. Right, dealing with our equality equitably among the people, and how we continue to renew this particular history. Now later on, here comes the thief now, right? Oh, I'm gonna create this book, the Bible, and I'm gonna take it from here, and then, right? It wasn't until we had to come into our history that we had to learn who the Abyssinians and the Cushites. Right? Who these people were. Yes, fast forward. He writes in there. Of course, let me say something to you, man. That's why you call him the colored man, right? Because his whole theory is the peanut butter and jelly theory. You ever see the goober? The peanut butter and jelly? Yeah. Peanut butter is the truth and jelly is a lie. And every time you extract some truth, you extract some lies too. So I'm going to show you, Jesus looks like this in Revelations. Right? But I'm gonna beat you in the head every other.
So where they get the term Son of Man from? You say Jesus that wasn't correct when they say Jesus spoke about him?
No, I'm not saying. I'm just telling you. Okay. I'm just telling you. You came in here Bible thumping about I just want to show you because the Israelite brothers gave me this picture of Jesus and said Jesus the Son of Man and Jesus is our righteous brother.
If you look at this whole thing, it had the pictures of the white Jesus at the bottom
we know that
they built, and the black Jesus at top. So it was up to you to decipher which one you thought may have represented the real Jesus. Black, brown, red, or yellow. Or white.
Good, brother.
Now I had to tell the truth where I got the image from.
Yeah, that's okay, God.
It doesn't mean that I was agreeing with what all they represent. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Let this brother speak here.
I can end this argument real quick. King Tut is 1,000 years older than Jesus, and they've been parading his body and touring his body since 1962. I have not seen nor heard of no bones by the name of Jesus. So that don't even exist.
They said King Tut was 1,000 years older than Jesus?
Yes.
That is a great issue there. So many people, right? They say there's no scientific fact They say there's no scientific data to show knowledge to wisdom, God. Today said, I'm responding to what you just said. You said King Tut is 1,000 years older than Jesus. And then you went on to say that there's no history or nothing that could substantiate that Jesus actually existed. Ain't that what you're saying?
Yes.
And I'm saying that there is the impression that's given to the people, so many people, basically, about Jesus. They say there's no scientific data to prove that he existed in the physical manifestation. So if that's true, wait a minute, if that's true, why did Elijah and the Master Farad have the knowledge or the audacity to mention him in our 120 lesson, which is supposed to be right and exact? Okay. Why equal knowledge born?
Peace. See, we got to make clear that when we get into that degree in the 1 to 40, that Quran is spelled with a K, not a Q. So, see, you got to remember, we ain't talking about no Arabs here. Hold on. We ain't talking about the Arabs.
You got to listen, bro. You got to listen.
With that spelling right there, we're not talking about no Arabs. See, you got to remember that Elijah Muhammad was our father's messenger. He was our messenger, and he taught us straight we the gods, right? Right now, see, now you got to understand that even though that is a collective.
So he gonna tell us that somebody that never.
Why you gonna up in, God?
We listen.
Sharice, don't do that. Sharice, don't do that. Because I do that to you when you was talking.
Shah, my bad.
Okay. Now, no one has ever proved that this Jesus existed. Yeah, I know about the power degree in the 1 to 14. Yeah, all right. But see, there could be a lot of symbolism hidden in that. All right. See, so you got to look that way. All right, because you got the Knights Templars. Also that you got to look into when you start looking into that degree. All right? I'm not trying to go too deep with that, but what I will say is that we got to be more scientific and mathematical in our approach to that name. Now, there's a book called The True Authorship of the New Testament. All right? And that goes into, showing that many of the characters, and not only that Quran with a Q, okay, and this Bible you're talking about has a lot of characters that are just fictional. Okay, they never existed. Okay, and Jesus is one of them. And Jesus is one of them.
Okay, let me just ask you a question. You say there's so much denial of the New Testament, right? Which dealt with Jesus and his time. What about the Old Testament, which speaks about the creation of the world, the Musa getting the Exodus and all that? That there is a fantasy also?
Yeah. You can't take that on face value because you talk about talking snakes and whatnot.
A lot of that has been shown and proven to be actual factual.
The Bible was written in 1432, right?
That's right. That was the new Bible. The new Bible. The last one.
Right? That's when it's renewed, right?
The last one, yeah.
The council 1432, right?
The last time it was renewed, yeah.
So that means it was written by man, right?
It was supposed to be written by people who were inspired to write the word of God. This is what they, was said about the Bible.
John over here. Hold on a second.
Like the God was building on the Bible, you know what I'm saying, is ancient scriptures, right? You know what I'm saying? And you were saying there's
ancient scriptures, right?
Ancient scriptures by the Son of Man, but you also gotta realize that there's truth in the Bible and there's lies in the Bible, God.
It's been mixed, diluted, and
God started bombing.
Now,
so did.
It seems like
he ain't finished neither.
You make it seem like you're trying to establish that it's valid.
I'm trying to show
it's holy or something
to the Christians, right? I'm trying to show when we speak to the Christians, because they deny us, they hate us, a lot of them. I was trying to show and prove when he spoke about the Son of Man and how the Son of Man represents God in the Bible, we represent the Son of Man also. So we letting them know, listen, man, God is not only a spook in the sky like y'all see him. He also existed in a physical manifestation.
No, he's not a spook in the sky.
The Bible, ancient history.
He's not a spook in the sky. That's what it is. No, he's not a spook in the sky. At all.
How about Osiris? How about the history of Osiris? The ancient Egyptian god.
Man, these are tales. These are tales.
Okay. The dog got his hand up. So we got a big little order here.
Okay.
Every time you come with some with this
Osiris,
First Baptist church shit. Come on. Come on. Yeah, he's talking now. Hold on. Be quiet, cause you gotta listen.
You can hear, oftentimes you hear like, you hear the phrase, the Bible, but there's a whole bunch of different types of Bibles and stuff. There was a Mormon Bible. There's the You ever heard of, through the knowledge, you ever heard of the Panari Bible?
Okay.
The Panari Bible. These people did not know anything about Jesus or sin or none of that. So they couldn't trick them. They couldn't convince them. They wrote a whole new Bible saying that y'all killed Jesus. That's how they was able to trick them. This is a Bible, and this wasn't too long ago. They found some people back in maybe like the 40s or something like that. They found a tribe of people in Colorado or something. This is not too long ago. And they wrote a whole new Bible called the Panari Bible. And it was to control the minds of that group of people, Panari Indians. If you do the knowledge, you'll see the Panari Bible.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different Bibles. You can't say the Bible.
Okay, so let me, cause you get ready to go somewhere. Listen, no, I can talk. It's all right. Okay, can I say something? No, you don't mind me. All right, okay, good. Cause you started. You got a little point you made.
I started good. Okay. Yeah.
No. You came back.
Yeah.
Because let me say this to you. Mm-hmm. So, right. So, here's where this starts at, right? Because it's a book, I forgot the man's name, called Signs and Symbols, the Pre-Mortal Man, right? Mm-hmm. So now, actually, the story starts according to our brother, not my brother, but I'll go with my brother, George G. and James, right? Stolen Legacy, right? Boom, right? Stolen. I'm a thief, right? How I steal it? Boom. I bring you to the homeland. From right next door.
Alexandria.
Right? You come over, because you looking for, they called it then the mystery system. The only reason they called it that was because these were systems of learning that you just wasn't going to get this straight up. You had to go through some people. So you go through some people, you do your thing, you get taught. You create powerful civilizations and whatever, right? But you don't go take the knowledge I'm giving you, and you take it and use it and conquer and steal, right? And then of course the famous thing you've done, you stole the identity, and you stole who the principal players were in the story. And then after you conquered, I'm in here, like Ptolemy and these thief-ass individuals, right? All right, so boom, we fast forward. Then you come up with, after, check out the story go with Jesus. Crash course. Handful of them, UNCC, we just walking. It's called a word called peripatetic. As I walk about, there was no churches. There was no nothing. I just walked about, like the story goes. Whatever freedom, justice, and equality was, the language you said, God, was in that day. But as the truth and the people grew, once again, you cutting into my bread. The Pharisees ain't seeing that. Put your hand down. Stop listening subjectively. Like I want to be next to speak. Like I'm listening to you too. Because we don't teach that shit here. Right? Yeah, we don't. Right, Jesus was the black man. I don't have to come from a Bible. God is love. I don't even speak in that manner.
He was our brother.
Yeah, he was, but I gotta do that. I don't gotta do it. Chapter 1 verse, I gotta do that. Unless I'm showing the point. But here's historically what I'll show you, right? How this man, who you call him my brother, walked. You killed him. Listen to this, listen. Knocked him off. Then later, these bohemian civilizations conspire and get together and say, you know what? Because they growing. This is how we gonna trick them. Right? He said, man, we gonna have this council and we gonna convene and we gonna create religion. We gonna create this fucking Bible. That's what we gonna do. And we gonna say, the one whom we didn't like, he's the God now. Yeah, my enemy is your God now. See, to throw you off. So anytime anybody's speaking remotely the language he was talking, it'll throw you off. And I want you to go to 4 corners of the world. I want you to go here. I want you to go there. I want you to do that. And there's been massive versions. There's massive versions of this book.
So the bottom line is, he was our brother. That's what the lesson says.
Yeah, that's right.
So he was our brother, he was the son of man, and that's it.
Right.
And you don't have to prove that he existed.
You
ain't got to prove that he existed.
Yeah, you do. Listen.
No, we don't. Can you prove that Isaac, Abraham, and Jacob existed?
That's the whole point. No one has.
Yeah, okay, well, okay, you ready? You ready?
Right, well, now it's
all right, okay. But see, you speak and listen only from an emotional standpoint.
Oh, come on, man.
Ain't no come on, where we going? We ain't going nowhere with that bullshit you talking. These were black, you know why you can find them easily? Because they wasn't as prevalent in the nature of this trick.
Can you prove they existed?
I'm
Is there any skeletons, any scientific facts to prove Isaac, Abraham, and Jacob existed?
This
That's
is
what I'm saying.
this is my
They're
point.
saying there's nothing to prove that Jesus existed.
No, because the Bible is a book of
emphasis on that.
allegory and symbolism. It's not meant to be taken literal. If you even use the supreme mathematics to spell out Jesus, means justice, equality, savior, universal self. You are the Jesus. You are the Christ. There's no such thing. There was a man that walked through the planet by the name of Joseph Ben. That's the Jesus. I don't know who this Jesus is. That's Greek. That's not us. That's Cypher. But if you want to break it down, the Christ is the enlightened one. That's you.
You don't bear witness to the lesson.
No, you say that.
I witness to lesson. I just use the supreme mathematics to prove what the lesson just said. That you are the Christ.
Yeah, peace divine, man.
Brother. And the lesson say he taught me
Justice, equality,
they bringing the lessons to life. You making those lessons walk and talk.
You looking for physical existence to prove that he existed on a physical map level.
No. You are the physical existence.
We know that.
Remember, the one whose answers we're quoting said the majority of the teachings of this man is prophetic. Right, which means was prophesied to come. So that's us.
Right.
See, that's us. Right. Not somebody in the past. So it's I'm convinced that he knew this. And if you read Message to the Black Man and comprehended it, right, that's all he was saying.
Right.
Okay? And that shortest verse in the Bible.
Get him, God, get him!
You got Lazarus in the grave. That we
brother name right there, yo God. You said King Charles is 1,000 years older than Jesus, right?
Yes, but we're talking about in terms of what they're saying.
Are you familiar? I want to go past that.
Go ahead.
Are you familiar with the history of Osiris?
Yes, God.
Huh?
Yes.
And he was supposed to be a god too, right?
Right, but that's not real physical.
That book only
that's a
covers
representation.
6,000 years.
That's a symbolic.
That's what's represented on that top of the pyramid on the dollar bill.
Yes, God, but that's
supposed to be the eye of Osiris.
Symbology, God. Symbology.
It's actually a saw.
I got you.
The Greeks called him Osiris.
Right.
The Greeks, right?
Right.
Horus, Osiris, and Isis.
It's supposed to be
that's supposed to be the
Right.
And the story of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph is supposed to be based on that story of them.
Right.
Indeed. The sun, moon, and star.
Right.
Sun, moon, and star. The Egyptian version.
Sun, moon, and star.
Now, how do you bring that? To this day and age? How do you bring that to this in this day and age?
What is the conclusion of all this? What are we trying to show?
Yeah. What do you? How do you bring that home?
Is the true holy Trinity. See,
Please.
that's our teaching.
Right.
All right. Yeah. How you gonna say? Woman and son and mother, and the father is nowhere in the picture.
No, it's a Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, and there's no mother. Where's the mother at?
Okay, where's the mother?
Where's the mother at?
There you
Right.
I mean, how I see the whole Jesus situation.
See, both of those is no good. See, because he broke something else down. Father, Son, and Holy Ghost with the Trinity. Right. Then when you see the statue, you see supposed to be Mother Mary, right, and the baby.
Right.
You see, you don't see the Father in that picture because that's supposed to be the Holy Ghost. See, or whatever.
Right.
See, so we got to understand these things. We're not supposed to be taken literal.
Right.
Okay. Because now, if you really want to get to me with history, which makes more sense to me than all this what we think is religion, which is really dogma.
Right.
Most people read. In whatever it is they claim to be, if they read their particular books, then the imam or the minister or the rabbi wouldn't be able to trick them so bad. Because all of those different titles are supposed to be making everybody an imam or minister or rabbi.
Right.
You see, of their family. That's not what they're doing. That's not what all so-called organized religion does.
Right.
You see? All right, so we got to understand that, there's a story named Nimrod too, and it said that's his birthday on the 25th. See, that could be symbolic of the one who killed his father, slept with his mama. Right. See what I'm saying? Right? Okay? See? And then this whole Oedipus complex. That could be what they tell us is Mary okay, and her baby Jesus is really representing, and then you don't know. See, because you believe in what they tell you. But to me, listen, the only reason I got into that Bible is to understand what was driving these old folks, when I was young, so crazy. So, it's, Christmas, I didn't ask for toys. I asked for a Bible. Not because I want to be a Christian or religious. Because, listen, children got sense. If you just teach them nothing, they'll figure it out. See, but when you start injecting their head with indoctrination, okay, you confuse them. See, leave them alone. I'm so happy my mother did that. She familiarized me with that. Took me to 12 years old. I didn't have to go no more. Thank goodness. You see, but I got familiar with this book. That led me here. All right. You're listening to Balance of Bullets at 12 years old. Didn't read no autobiography. Didn't hear in the language. Peace, gospel. Oh yeah, I remember the minister said, oh yeah, I'm talking about. That the messenger said, I had also. You know what I mean? So, but remember, we had more consciousness then to that help. All right? 79, 80s, stuff like that. But see, we got to remember that, like the God said earlier, this is arduous, man. But it's rewarding. We got to do, due diligence in our research. All right? Before we just start wisdoming, then stuff is going out, misrepresenting us by those who's supposed to be us, because they're doing what a lot of so-called religious people do, who think they're religious. Because if we really got into the true essence of what religion is, it's not really wrong with it. You know what I mean? But the thing is, they're getting dogma, which is false statements, opinions said with an authoritative context. It's said so authoritatively, you think it got to be true. But this Jesus thing is like a grown-up Santa Claus story.
Exactly.
That's what it is. It's like a grown-up Santa Claus story.
That's what it is, God.
See? And if you be good, you get your reward in the far by and by, after you die. So it's like the naughty and nice list that Santa Claus teach. You know what I'm saying? They keep for those.
I just wanted to go
so
back
they
to
keep
what
their present.
What you were saying about the Holy Trinity, God. Like they say the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first was reading the book of the Message to the Black Man, that's the first thing that Elijah speaks.
And there's a guide in there to the Bible and Quran.
And he was showing that mathematically it's impossible that three could fit into one. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we have supreme mathematics and alphabets to the keys to solve all these mysteries.
You gotta come back to that.
Because when we use in the Bible, it's a good way, God, to teach the 85%. But a lot of the 85%, God, they don't go according to the Bible know-how. Because they eat swine. It says in the Bible, don't eat swine. So
you said something about Nimrod and Christmas and all that. How did it get turned into a fairy tale?
Okay.
With Santa Claus and the elves and all that. I mean,
the devil taught them how to eat the wrong food. That's how it turned.
But you got to look at all these different cultures and languages that you're saying that this book has went through. You got Hebrew, you got Aramaic, you got Latin, Greek, then English. So all these different cultures that it comes through, the story changed.
I just want to see what he had to say about how it got changed.
And remember, Shah made another good point earlier. He said Islam is mathematics is Islam. Okay. See? And Islam has no beginning or ending. The knowledge cycle degree in the 110 tells you what? Quote that degree.
If Mega did this.